Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to yet another live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast presented by our family over at the Debate Network. I am your host, Dylan Abear, a.k.a. the Silent Assassin, a.k.a. the Ace of World Elite. Joining us today, first, we have two of the other members of the core four. Blaine, unfortunately, unable to join us tonight. Blaine is at his end-of-year banquet at the school he coaches at. Luckily, he was able to make it with his injury that he suffered. Luckily, he was able to make it tonight. So he will not be joining us tonight. He will be back next week for the Backlash predictions. But, of course, first, we got our guy. Time to play the game. That's right, the real Triple J Jordan. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Let's kill it, guys.
Absolutely. And then, of course, even though he's an official member of the show, I'll be ridiculed if I don't use the sound effect for his stream that he is currently, for the streak he's currently on, I should say, for being on the show. We got the sensational one himself, Gary. What's going on, man? Oh, wait. I think I muted you, Gary. Sorry about that. That's my fault.
Gotcha. I was just saying I'm excited for the show tonight. Happy to be here, and let's kill it.
Absolutely. And, of course, joining us, familiar face all the way from Minnesota, our guy, Eli Myers. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Let's go. I'm good. Happy to be back with you guys for another week of Wrestle Talk and repping the T-Wolves since they got Game 6 tonight in Denver.
Absolutely. And, of course, I saved this guy for last because I have been working my ass off to get this guy on our show. I have been working so hard. And by working hard, I mean I have been writing this guy every week. Hey, what's your schedule looking like? Would love to have you on the show. And then, to my surprise, I was on the NXT watch along last night. And he joined in and gave me the great news that he will be on with us. And that is, of course, the man that is responsible for all of this. For Circle of Debate, he is our OPC. Ivan, brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Bloody Marvelous here on the World Elite. World Elite. Finally get to be here with Mr. Sensational himself, bringing a sensation to this podcast world. The Triple J. You better talk to your cousin, man. I got a lot of shit to talk about him. All right, I got to talk to him. And look, Eli Rossap, I know you were doing your dirt sheets. Now you're here, so best of luck for you for your Minnesota. I can tell you that. And of course,
Thank you.
With the man, the ace that runs this place and keeps it in place. That's right. Tyler Louis, I love World Elite. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh man, it is an absolute pleasure to finally have you on the show, man. And it is actually your first time being on with us since we introduced a new era last year with Jordan and myself, before bringing on Blaine and Gary as well. So Ivan, it is a pleasure to have you on, man, for sure. So I typically kick off the show with the image I have on the thumbnail. Unfortunately, starting off on a sour note. Whenever the NFL season ends, you already know they have Black Monday where they fire a lot of NFL coaches and making room for new ones. Post Mania, they always have, and it always typically happens right before SmackDown. They do it, and I guess we can call it Black Friday. And it's not the Black Friday you have where you're getting deals on the internet or anything like that. No, it is where they release a lot of talent, and unfortunately, that was the case this past Friday. Right before SmackDown, a couple hours before SmackDown, I should say. And I actually have the list of the releases. I know the list right here that I have doesn't have two certain names. I think Dante Chin and Carly Bright, I think they didn't add them onto this list, but it was Sean Ross Sapp that did post this one. It's a pretty lengthy list here, and it's unfortunate that it's such a lengthy list. So the list goes as followed: Kairi Sane, Aleister Black, and Zelina. Uncle Howdy, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, the Motor City Machine Guns, Dexter Loomis, Apollo Crews, Rowan, Joe Gacy, Andre Chase, Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, Tyra May Steele, Serena Linton, Tyson and Tyreek, Chris Island, Malik Blade, Trill London, and Luca Crucifino. And also adding, like I said, Dante Chin and Carly Bright from NXT as well. That was let go. So, like I said, just an absolute a lot of names on this one, and a lot of surprising names. Some that were involved in storylines, and some that you may have thought had a pretty big future in the company. So, we'll start with OPC on this one, man. What do you think about all these names? Where do you see maybe some of them landing? Obviously, a lot of them will move on to other companies, being AEW, TNA, New Japan, somewhere else. Where do you see some of these going, and just your overall thought on all these names that got released?
Well, I know OGK put on the comment there, and yes, to clarify, Kairi's contract, she did not want to renew it. She wanted to go back home, because she got her husband there. So she was brought back. She was a freaking being an ambassador for WWE. So when she was an ambassador, then that's when she decided to come and be full time, in a performer. So for her to say, you know what, I want to go back, so she decided to go back. Good for her. It's unfortunate because the way how the story of this story between her and Io Asuka and her, it's not going to go anywhere because now she's not part of the picture. Right. Unless we get something out of nowhere that we might get by next Saturday Backlash. Let's say she decides to turn face, join with Io, and then Io sends her home. And then this is where she could literally exit home and end that story, close that chapter. I mean, that could be the case, but we don't know until further notice the following week. But in regards for the releases, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but we all know that it's always happening every season. But there's so much to it that it was full of anger because most of these talents had so much potential, were not used at all, and that's where it lackluster. And now it questions the booking of the creative, and it questions a lot behind the scenes of these decisions. Yes, we heard 4 different fucking stories. One, it was either. It was Mike Shapiro. It was the board of directors, TKO. Then it came down to Nick Khan and Triple J's cousin, Papa A, Chippy. So it all comes down to so many different stories. But no matter what is, they end of the day, I mean, yes, it is a business, and it goes in general life. There's always going to be something like this, and it sucks. I wish them nothing for the best, and it sucks that we're not used to that potential, especially for the Wyatt Six. We're not used to this potential. Aleister Black, who came back, was not used to this potential. Vega, who just had a great run as a U.S. champion, and then right away they didn't give her much because the fact is the same thing. There was no stories for either one of them, and it sucks that they didn't. They had the opportunity to use them. Same with Zoe. Zoe, the one I really hurt her nose, that she was injured, and then she came right when she came injured. Oh wait, you know what? You're future endeavors. Why? Hey, wait a minute! I just got hurt. I'm just barely coming back, and y'all fuckers are gonna let me go. I mean, that's not right there on their part. And it's. I see a lot of potential of Zoe Stark. I see her like I know. I heard Bully Ray say I'm busted open. That's another person that I disagree. What he definitely said his comments about not showing affection emotions for these talents that were let go, and it's like, well, f you too. You know, go f yourself because it's like. So what? Are you trying to kiss ass that much that hey, you know what? You could come hire me right here. You know, no, go f yourself, Bully. You're full of shit. Like, how dare you? Like, you gotta show sympathy and empathetic to these talents. These are human beings that has personal lives that needs income to continue their living, and to show no emotions towards it. Then yeah, I won't be surprised the day he gets let go. And then you know what, pal? Features endeavors. There you go. So next in line, that's just how it's gonna be for his ass. Karma's a bitch, Bully Ray. Karma's a bitch. Zoe Stark has a lot of potential. She, like I said earlier, I agree with Bully Ray what he said about maybe her going to AEW for the women's division. But then again, I'm fearful for her because what's going to happen if they bring her on that? Will they put her more, in AEW like a Collision or Dynamite? We might see her maybe in Ring of Honor. The same goes for Alba Fire. They'll probably bring her to AEW because she could be with Isla Dawn, and then that's going to elevate the women's tag team division, and they'll bring it up again. But then it's questionable again. Does she want to do that again? Be as a tag team competitor, but who knows? Depending on what deal they can get with Alba, because Alba has potential. Former NXT UK champion, so she has potential. It's just they never used her. Very popular as well. The gimmick was just it was great, but no, there's so much they have. It just goes wide, with the White Six. It's like they just did Bray a favor, God rest his soul. And it's just like, okay, we got nothing. There were so many ideas they could have done with this. They could have so much creative ideas that I would have done with the White Six. I would have done, Uncle Howdy versus Aleister Black. I would have done that. I would have liked to see that potential of that. There's so much, but it sucks. It's unfortunate that this happened, and I don't like it. It's a sad day for professional wrestling to see all these people gone. There's so much, but I'm hoping that the doors are open for all of them, especially for the women that has a lot that they can deliver. Like if not here in the States, they can go up to internationally. Stardom you go to, Jojo Pro you go to, even in New Japan, if they have their women's roster, obviously they own Stardom, but they could do something at least over there and reinvent themselves and find themselves. It's like Cardona said on he posted Twitter, it's like, you got the potential to make yourself money. Go out there and be the indie god, like how he said, to be out there. And Cardona's a great example. He did it himself. He went out there and he wrestled all over the indies, wrestled, internationally, made a name for himself. And everybody can do the same. And I know that Tim seeing, with Aleister, I know that's at the end of the day, that's his decision. That's his ego. If he needs to humble himself that, hey, if people want to, you got to put over the future as well besides yourself. It has to be a teamwork. It has to be a team effort for both talents to put each other over at the end of the day, because you want the audience to be clapping like, yeah, oh my God, and they're crying or mad or anything. They want to see that. And a lot of these talents have all that potential. For me, Vega, if I were Vega, I would send her to Stardom. I would send her up there internationally. I mean, she could do great also wonders in AEW as well, but I feel like they're gonna shadow her so much. I hate to say that because I love Vega, but they're not gonna put much on her. The women roster in AEW is so stacked right now, and then add a more additional, will make it more deadlier. It's almost reminiscing the Knockouts division back in the days of TNA. They're getting to them because they're all about the wrestling besides storytelling. And so a lot of these talents have the knowledge of storytelling that are able to pass it on to the future as well. There's a lot of things that are open doors for those talents. And I can definitely see a lot of bright future follows them. It's just depending, how they use it. And that's the only thing as well, is how they use it. And I wish them really honestly the best. It sucks. I don't, it's an unfortunate, man. I just wish them that after, one thing that pissed me off is they said, oh, well, these 90-day clauses are gone, pal. No, they're not. They're still there. You still put them a fucking 90-day clause. I mean, that's something they should really, really fight for and really remove that shit from these self-independent contractors. Give how you expect them, or are you paying them those 90 days? Or obviously you pay them your severance pay ahead of time, but so let them be. Let them go ahead and make their money. They gotta make their money somehow. At the end of the day, they're self-independent contracts. Yes, you're listed by a company, you're under policies, blah blah blah, but you're on your own. How are you gonna make this shit happen? You just got to do something with it, and it sucks that all this happened. So much potential, so much story. To Skippy, you're bullshit. You, Mike Shapiro, Emmanuel especially, everybody, you go fuck yourselves because you guys really were not. It's just a disaster. It's just a whole shit show. And we're doing the best as fans to support, but we support the talent that is putting their bodies on the line for us.
Sorry about that.
So no, you're good. And so that's what I'm supporting. But they're full of shit. All of them. And it sucks because it's like we are heading to an era that is not, they want to, Shapiro called it, we want to be entertainment. So you're hurting the sport of professional wrestling and calling it entertainment. Sucks. Now you really want to make it legit like Hollywood. Like, oh yeah, I like your acting, but you're cut. So that's what it seems like we're heading that direction with these talents that we're cut. And it sucks. It sucks that we're heading that type of culture. And I blame more really Emmanuel Shapiro that do not know shit about professional wrestling. They don't know shit about MMA. So they just want to just make money. Greedy fucks wants to make money and pay back their debts that they owed. And what better way to make these cuts? What better way? And bring in new talents. And I hate to say it, but knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen. That it happens to the following year. Say most Motor City Machine Guns. But that will hurt me the most. You barely used them.
Right.
That was it. You had them on main event. You did not use them. That product needs tag team division, and you let go one of the greatest tag teams. And now, guess what they're gonna do? They might go back to the freaking AEW, or they might go to New Japan and make that tag team division something. So they still got it for their age, and age is only a number because they still got it. Keep in mind as well, Gargano and Candice, they're not gonna resign. They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave next too. They're gonna say they departed. No, they decided to leave. They were not released. They were like, no, I'm renewing it. Bye, because this is the same thing. It's done already. This is the era of what we expected. The honeymoon with Skippy of Black and Gold era is over. Now we're in the TKO entertainment era. And it's funny because Paul Heyman said this a long time ago on the TNN shooting of Shoot about entertainment. And look where we're at right now. I mean, that's just what it is. And it sucks, man. I don't like it. I was just wishing the best. I really do.
Yeah. So I saw Tim in the comments saying that he was hoping to hop on. I did send you a message, Tim. If you do want to hop on, let me know. I can switch up the overlays real quick and I can get you in. So just let me know. Eli, same question to you, man.
Honestly, Ivan nailed it on the head. Every single bit of it. And I totally agree. There's so many. If this was back in like 2001, there would have been hardly nowhere to go. Indies weren't big yet. Both WCW and ECW were absorbed. TNA wasn't a thing yet. It would have been a lot harder then than it is now. Especially now, it's like you got so many other companies. You have so many other options. Like hell, there's stars that are just making appearances at WrestleCons and still making a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
As for the names, it's, what is it, the third year in a row that a married couple got released at the same time? And Alistair and Selena, it's like, yeah, they were back, what, not even a year, and they weren't used properly. The only big match I remember loving Alistair in was the ambulance match against Priest.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great. Otherwise, I would have loved them back in kind of like how Candice and Gargano were. I would have had them back in NXT, putting over younger talent or grooming them for the main roster.
Yep.
Put the NXT title back on Alistair again. I would have loved it. Wyatt Six, their first debut was amazing. The way they just went through the entire backstage area, bloodying people up. I would have left it as that. But then their second time around, it's like it kind of faded away like in a blink of an eye. I would have loved them back in AAA going for the tag titles. We hardly got a match between Psycho Clown and Pagano against the Wyatts for the titles.
It was only one time. It was their clown circus match backstage at AAA, and that was it. And they dropped it right away right after that. Like, okay, that's it. Like,
yeah,
there could have been more story to it. I would have put more invested in the story. Like, you attack them first at their territory, at their home. What would have been great to have them to go on a SmackDown to show up and attack them.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Lackluster of creative booking. Lackluster. That's what it is. It's always and they just gave up. And they just fucking gave up because they're letting either AI supposedly running shit, or because entertainment, Mr. Guy who wants to be extra, want to be TMZ, fucking Mike Shapiro is calling the fucking shots like a fucking idiot. He doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. You don't even know you don't know how to spell pro wrestling. I guarantee you that. He doesn't even know to. That's how you know that he's full of shit. Because in then Emmanuel, you should be sitting more stay at your home in your mansion with your bitches, enjoy your pool, and get your money. Don't worry about anything. Let Skippy do the real work. Like I said, I'm not defending him. I'm blaming everybody because it's a pyramid scheme overall.
Exactly.
It's everybody at the end of the day. So it's not I ain't defending nobody. They all fucked up, big time.
Yeah.
So much potential. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Otherwise, yeah, it's like there's so many options now. Like, yes, and I can see like Kylie Ray in AEW, but hell, even send her up to MLP and send her into Maple Leaf. Mm-hmm. They're coming along nicely. Mm-hmm. She would be great up there too. Apollo, same deal. Motor City, put them in the TNA Hall of Fame already. Like, and then it's like I was kind of surprised they didn't do anything with Motor City and Gargano because wasn't they supposed to be like a trios team soon to be? Nothing. The one I was kind of surprised was Tyra. Tyra May Steele. It's like I loved her in like her debut match in NXT, and then nothing. It's like she could have been the next Bianca, and nothing. So a lot of these names is like like Kyrie wanting to go home. Okay, fine, and like you said, it's like she was on an ambassador deal. Mm-hmm. Those are roughly what 6 months to a year deals. So
longer depending, because during that time they probably convinced her to come back as a full-time performer, and she decided to probably extend her contract more for her to stay longer because she lives in Japan and she's out. She left in the beginning because she got married and decided to go ahead and be out there and retire. But then when New Japan made the call, hey, what's going on? We need some women over here. And she was out there and became their IWGP champion for the women's roster out there in Japan. And when she saw the opening great here, and, she has a great relationship with them. I know she does, but this is her decision that she decided. And this is where they should have done that story sooner to end it and better. And they should have done it at Mania. And they did not do it.
No.
So that's their fuck up for waiting this long. So that's extremely their fuck up.
Yeah.
No, otherwise, yeah, I totally agree. It's like they can make names for themselves elsewhere, and then Paula Cardona is like, you make your big money on the indies and get recognized all over again, and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what Cross is doing the same thing right now. Cross is doing the same thing.
Half of these names are like, they're still pretty young out there, like considering, but it's like a lot of them is like they could still wrestle for 5, 10, even 15 years still if they want to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the last time we're going to hear any of these names. We're going to be talking to them, talking about them for months and years on end.
Absolutely. And I can tell you that if now that Nikki's husband got signed with MLW, I would go to Nikki Cross, go to MLW.
Yeah,
Screw
exactly.
it. I want to see her and Shotzi Blackheart. Screw it.
Yep.
Go out there and make his name out of it. And I know she will. And that's another one who has still got a long road ahead of her. So she got a lot of potential. Zoe Stark, same. She was trained by Chris Bay. She was trained in FSW. I met her before. She's a great person. That's another one right there that has a lot of potential. That, man, if anybody out there, like besides Tony Khan, I would make the call. Like, hey, ready? You want to come back? Let's go. Yep. And I know she could do something. That's another girl right there that she may not be the best on her mic skills, but she's great in the ring. I can tell you that. She could tell a story in the ring. And that's for sure.
So Gary, I know you don't know a lot of names on this list. I did send you the list, by the way, and I sent it to Jordan as well, just in case you needed a refresher. So let's see how sensational you can make this little rundown to get us.
Give us your sensation, Mr. Sensational.
This one's definitely not going to be a sensation. Yeah, I was looking at the list.
As long as you give us that persuasion, that's all that matters. Give us that persuasion, baby. Give us that persuasion to be sensational, man. That's what you got the name for.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna throw some spice on it.
There we go.
I honestly only know 2 of the names on the list. I mean, I had watched like the match with Uncle Howdy and Penta, and I thought Uncle Howdy was cool. So when Dylan and I were hanging out, like that Sunday, I think is when we took Taylor to the airport, and you had kind of mentioned to me about like all the releases and stuff. And that was a name, like, again, newer fan, that was a name that kind of like caught me off guard, because I was like, oh, he seemed like a pretty decent character. And then like with his brother in the past and all that stuff, I was kind of shocked when Dylan told me that that Uncle Howdy had been released, and like this whole group of people. Because at first I think it was only 3, and they had kept the other 2 for a while, and then ended up releasing them as well later, and it was all kind of like a shock, I guess, to me. And the other one, which I didn't know until Ivan had just said about Kairi Sane wanting to go back to Japan and all that. So when Dylan told me that she had been released, that one caught me completely off guard, because I was like, it's kind of part of a major story right now, What a great point. That would call me way off guard, because I was like, she is part of a major story right now with the whole like Sky thing and all of that. So I was like, man, that's crazy. But now like hearing Ivan say that it was because of like her marriage and wanting to go back home to Japan and stuff, it makes a little more sense to me. I didn't know that whole part, but I mean, honestly, that's the only wrestlers I know on the list of releases, unfortunately, and they were both kind of a shock to me. But again, I just don't know nearly as much about it as you guys do.
That's good. Jordan? Wait, Jordan, you're muted. God damn it.
I said, Cousin Skippy.
Talk to him, baby. Give him the slap nuts, man. You better tell him. What the hell, Skippy? Grow some balls. You want my nuts? Here you go. Here's my nuts. Slap nuts. That's what they call me, the slap nuts of podcasting for a reason, baby. Tell him. Tell him, Triple J. Tell him.
Yeah, they could have did so much with all these people, like with the Wyatt Six. Like they wasn't using them right. They wasn't using nobody right, and they could have did like storylines with everybody, but they just messed up like all of them, and cousin Skippy too.
That's right. Hey, man, when you have a family gathering, you better tell them you're bullshit, Skippy. You better tell them you're bullshit, Skippy.
I'll tell them.
You ain't getting none of these ribs. You ain't getting none of this food, man. No. You better tell them
ribs for you until you fix
no
it.
ribs. No ribs for you. No shit. No steak for you. Nothing. No prime rib. Nothing. Shit. You're ribless.
Yeah, all you eat is the sides.
Yeah, eat the sides right there. You want your diet right? There you go. Eat the sides.
Yeah.
That's too good.
You only get the worst sides.
There you go. Just get the worst sides of all. That's what you get. Just a bag of chips with no sauce.
Yeah.
That's it. A bag of chips
The
with no sauce.
original Lay's. You don't even get the flavored one.
Exactly. That's all you're gonna get. No flavor. You ain't getting no guacamole. You ain't getting no salsa. You ain't getting none of that. No. Here's some celery stick while you're at it too, pal.
Holy shit.
And then he pulls out one of these. He's like, I got the cheesecake and you don't get shit.
I got the cheese. See, I'm saying cheese. Okay for you.
Very so
So yeah, I mean, kind of just to piggyback off of all of y'all, you know, there could have done so much with all of these.
Especially
I
me,
mean,
right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
The greatest segment in the world, sensational. That's sensational for me.
And obviously, the biggest one out of all of these that I'm very, very frustrated with is, of course, the Wyatt Six. I mean, we all know that, you know, goddamn, Gary, gonna die on us?
Trying not to, man. But fuck.
Yeah, like since he got into the main roster, Bray Wyatt was one that I was so big on. You know, the Wyatt family, you know, when they attacked Kane the first time on Monday Night Raw, and then when he was the Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse, I was such a big follower of Bray Wyatt. And then when I watched the documentary and when they teased the Uncle Howdy return at the end of it, I'm like, man, I am so sold into this. And they started doing the QR codes again. They started doing what Bray did when he came back for the last time. It was such like the little thing you were going through to try to figure out what was going on. And it was so cool. And when they brought back Uncle Howdy, they brought all the Firefly Funhouse characters to life with the rest of them. I said, man, and then the debut was just one of the greatest debuts I've seen, and they dropped the ball so fucking bad on it. Mm-hmm. They feuded. It was right away with Chad Gable and the Creeds, and then they sent them off to SmackDown and do absolutely nothing with these guys. They win the tag titles, and they do nothing. I mean, I kind of feel like the worst thing they could have did was send them to SmackDown. And I think they, for one, I forgot who said it, but if you're going to release the Wyatt Six, I think you should have just kept Bo Dallas. You know, if you want to keep that legacy going, you want to keep the character going. Uncle Howdy had such a great gimmick, and he was, I mean, every week he was starting to look more and more like Bray. It was almost like I was watching Bray Wyatt again on television. Mm-hmm. He was doing these little backstage things, and I think you could have did something better with Bo Dallas rather than keeping the rest of them. If you're going to release the rest of them to go do their own thing, I say you keep Bo Dallas and let him do something. But they let go of the rest of them, and I'm like, okay, well, they're not doing nothing. The whole thing with Kairi saying, that's, you know, her going back over there to Japan. I mean, one, I understand. I know why she wants to do it. Alistair and Zelina, that one kind of caught me off guard. I was really caught off guard by that one because, you know, pairing them together for the first time, I thought, you know, putting a Zelina in that darker gimmick, I thought was really cool. And now it seemed like AEW doesn't want him back. I wouldn't go back if I was him anyways. If I'm him, go test the market. Go somewhere else.
It's better for him to just go and hit the indies.
Pretty much.
If y'all are him, just don't be a high stake. Like, oh, I'm worth this much. No, you're not, pal. You're not worth that much. I'm sorry. Look, we are in an economic situation that, man, people can't afford to fucking be paying those paying you to come show up for one match and put you over in less than 10 minutes. No, you better make it worthwhile, pal. You better give you 25 minutes if you're going to be the main event, paying you that much. If I was a promoter, I'm like, no, hey, like, thank you, but no thank you. It's just either you work with it, because it's not just because you have a name and your credentials doesn't mean anything, because now you're starting from the bottom again, and you should remember yourself where you came from. You started from the bottom to get where to get to the top, to make a name for yourself. So that's that's one thing there. When you mentioned about the Bo Dallas, I know Bully Ray was the one that said that. He said that it should have been Bo Dallas, the one who should have really kept him, be on his own. But it's tough, because then why put those live characters in the first place if that was the case? Mm-hmm. That's what makes it tough, because Joe Gacy was doing great what he was doing in NXT, alongside with Dexter Lumis. I know Lumis was going through transitioning from the that freaking NXT 2.0 color freaking rainbow, like fucking I don't know what McNugget had in his mind. Like, let's make it a rainbow. Let's do it, pal. Yeah. Let's make it a really this ain't no really rainbow. It's not. It's like shit. It's just. And, then bring back Aaron Rowan. You brought him back just to, let him go, not that you shit with him. Nikki, that could have done something. Maybe, there's a lot of things he could have done here with them. Like, even would have kept them. I would have continue hyping up the tag team division, especially with them. And with Nikki, heck, if they would have called up Tatum Paxley, I would have even put Tatum and Nikki together and freaking let's run that women's tag team. Then I would have minded to see that, because that would have been a great story between them and Alexa and Charlotte. That would have been something that would have been all right. Rowan, all right, he's just your bodyguard. He's like your diesel pretty much, but he could have done so much. Exactly, Steve. That's a problem. What tag division, and they wouldn't have let it go in the first place. So they could have done something there. There could have been creative ideas for them, but they didn't do it. A lot of things could have, and this is where it upsets me too. The creative did not use this potential to give Cody Rhodes storylines of being the defender of the championship. Imagine what him would have been, him and Bray Wyatt going at not Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy going after the Undisputed Championship. What a story that would have been. Yeah. The same with Aleister, with Cody. Okay. They could go bring back, the AEW story where he showed up, he debuted along with Cody, and he defeated Cody. Yeah. So they could have done with that story there. They could have done something. Cody would have had at least single matches every week with the Wyatt Six just to get to Bo Dallas. And then that could have been a story there. But there wasn't. There was not. And that's what's going on with this creative team? If there is one. And what is it? And that's the problem, that they don't focus on that. They don't, like, it's one thing. And I've been saying it on the flagship shows from the debate. I've been saying wherever I go. The main problem of this is house shows. Yeah. They need to bring back house shows. If you want these people to get over with the crowd, because they're more focusing on this more nowadays, instead of really more, hey, create something on Instagram or something for you to get over. How? What about the physicality? How do you want us to get over just by doing a selfie? Like, hey, what's that? I'm getting over like over 1,200 viewers instead of wrestling in front of like 1,200 people, and to see what they're gonna, if they like it or not, and for them to get used to the psychology, the chemistry of others, the audiences. Oh, they don't like this, I should do this. Oh, they hate this. Okay. But no, there isn't. That is the problem. House shows needs to come back in order for none of these talents to go through what this gone through. Because this is where you could have had plan B, C, D, F, G, and J, whatever. You could have had your plans in case plan A didn't go well, somebody got injured, you got plan B and C to go with it, to at least elevate, give them the television time. And heck, if there's spots on pay-per-views, I'm not calling them PLE because the pay-per-views, I'm still paying for that shit. So it's just, that's what it's called, pay-per-views, because you're paying for it. Yep. And right there, you could have done it, but they didn't do that. And that's the problem that they have because they want to save money because they're greed. Because this is all about is greed and power. They just want everything in power. They want to be the number one product in the world. And I'm not talking about WWE or UFC. I'm talking about TKO itself, what they want to do. But they don't know shit. They don't. Yeah. And they're fucking it up. They're really putting a bad name for the sport, for both sports of MMA and boxing and professional wrestling. They don't know. If I were them, sell it. Stay out of it.
Yep.
That's what I would
do. Exactly. And then other two names that I see that I could see them going somewhere. I know Santos Escobar. I've seen reports today of CMLL, him going over there. And then the Motor City Machine Guns. I know TNA said doors open for sure, but I know AEW is going to do their best to go and snatch them up for sure. And I mean, they turned them down the first time. I don't think they turned them down the second time to go to TNA. I think they go to AEW this time. But also for one thing, I hope for them is that they actually do well there and they don't get lost in the shuffle like a lot of roster members there and get sent down to like Ring of Honor or something like that. For them, I hope they actually have a good run and an actual better run than they did in the WWE because they won tag titles when they got to WWE, and then all of a sudden I go to SmackDown and one of them's wrestling on Speed. I said, what is this? I said, these two are so good. And then you got Chris Sabin wrestling on Speed against, and I think losing to Dominic Mysterio on Speed. I said, come on, that's so bad.
Mm-hmm. And then the sad part is that both of them are former world champions.
Yeah.
Sabin could have been running. Hell, you just said Dominic, and it's like I would have had Sabin in the IC competition. It's like, have him go for an Intercontinental title. And Shelley's great by himself, too. Split them apart or keep them on the same show and let them do their own things.
Exactly. And just like Steven said, I think this is 6 days after 90 days is up. It's going to be in Detroit at Dynamite in Detroit.
Oh, that's fitting.
I mean, it's very fitting. I think that happens there for sure.
I won't be surprised. Tony Khan calls it Detroit Rock City, like a freaking name for Dynamite, and there you go. And there you go. Yeah. And that's how you know.
Yeah.
Motor City Showdown or something.
Right. He calls us and like, Tony, you're not great at surprises. I love you. That's something I hate.
Oh, he's horrible
you're
at
bullshit. It. Like, it's okay. It's okay, Tony Khan. I still love you somehow, some way.
But moving on to something that we witnessed last night. I know this is not up Gary's alley either, so I cannot wait to hear what he has to offer on this one. But we did have a big debut last night on NXT. We had former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, who I'm now calling him Evil, but I know the name change is coming. They didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing on social media. I wish that they would keep the name. But Gary, is either her fiance or husband. Is that fiance for Io Sky?
Fiance, pretty much. Yeah. They've been together for quite some time, so that's her fiance. Not officially married, but they're fiance. That's what I know.
Right.
Sorry, room your window. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Gary. So kind of to help you out right there, he's engaged to Io Sky. Okay. But yeah, we had the debut where he hands the T-shirt over with the same lettering to Tony D'Angelo, and then right after we get an attack by Tavian Heights, and then at first I didn't know who that was, but thank God for social media that made me learn about Will Cruz. Man, that dude is something, man.
Don't forget Dirt Sheet Dan right there. I mean, yes,
yeah,
not Dango, but besides Dango, you got OGK who also. He's on it too. That's why you see. That's why our crew has, D2 TV, and then you have Eli Ross Sapp. So you have three right there. That's what we got.
So yeah, like I said, we got two big debuts right there. Evil and Will Cruz. Tavian Heights coming back and attacking Tony D'Angelo. I don't know if they're a part of a little crew with Evil. I'm very interested. And yeah, he said Cruz did lose some weight. I did see past videos of him. Dude's a big. He's pretty big, but for his size, man, this dude can go. And I watched highlights quite a bit today of it. Ivan, you were on with us last night, but I'll let you, give your thoughts again. I know you were pretty excited about it last night. So,
oh yeah, I was Nettie, man. With Nettie, but don't fuck it up, Skippy. Do not fuck it up. I'm just telling you right now, I'm going to throw your cousin at you. All right? Do not fuck it up. He'll throw you the freaking turkey for Thanksgiving because no, he's not going to literally throw it in your face because no, there ain't going to be no happy Thanksgiving for your ass. Well, fuck it up. It just, OGK said it better last night during the NXT watch along. He did want to go NXT to get used to the environment and to give Gary here the knowledge here of Mr. Sensation. This guy's a former IWGP World Champion. This man ran and did a great faction out there that people fucking hate still to this day, that they still exist, and that is the House of Torture. This man is just your biggest heel up in New Japan, and this man is now he did so wonders out there for such a long time that he decided to come to the States and give it a try. Surprising he didn't choose AEW, but I don't think the AEW didn't offer him either because there were supposedly rumors when those that was a bad kind of like juju between Tony Khan and Evil. Was not a great relationship. I don't know the details of it, but if he decided he went to the E, to be closer with his fiance, so that's good for him. And this man has been to the WrestleManias in attendance. He was there 40. He was there the following one when she was in part of the main event. He was there in attendance. Obviously, you couldn't see him, but there was pictures there. Like, hey, I see he's right there. I saw him, and he was there. So I know he was there. Supporting his fiance. So I'm happy for him. I'm excited. I get it when it comes to the name. Unless he trademarked it before, I mean, you could do that for yourself, but it's a word, right? So how the hell are you gonna be able to trademark it? But it all depends. Yeah. So it all depends what decision or what agreement that he came with them. I wish him the best, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for him. He is really going to transition from New Japan strong style to really Japanese strong style to now here to the American side. I mean, he's familiar with it because he's done indies, of course, here. But I'm just excited. I'm really excited for him. And man, yep. I'm waiting for that too. I'm waiting for that. So whenever you have a chance, Gary, research this man's matches. There is right there OGK talking about. He always knocks on the table where the bell ringer is always sitting there, and he knocks the table on top of him every fucking time, purposely. So that's how you know or the commentators. He mainly hurts the commentators or the guy who rings the bell. That's what he does in his matches, and that's why OGK mentioned that. So I'm excited for him. Cruz, obviously from UK, he's been familiar with Noah. And he's been in PPW, of course. He's done a lot of for a big guy. It's like, man, I gotta give it to him. That moonsault, wow. Yeah. Well, I was like, whoa. So I'm excited for him. I'm just excited for the NXT's future. They have so much. It's a new chapter. They never just like. I gotta give it to googly eyes, Hickenbottom. Even though he doesn't have his eyes straight, but he hasn't. Going point in different directions, but he knows where to take NXT to the next level of bringing up bright future stars. And there's a lot, and I'm excited for what he was going to bring. I don't see him being that long. Maybe by this year, he'll probably be by the end of the year. Maybe so. He'll probably be called up to the main roster. We don't know where though. That's the biggest question. So, but we gotta wait to see. I'm just looking forward. I'm excited, and I would not put him the belt yet. I said this last night, put in the belt by the Great American Bash. Since they want to do the premiere for CW to have the Great American Bash, put it for him there. Put it there. Might as well. Let him get used to it. Let him get his feet wet to get used to the audiences and get used to, the system. I hate to use the fucking word again. System, no pun intended. Any white words, all right? TNA, relax. Don't kill me now. So it just... him get used to that environment and for him to adapt to it, which he will, and it's going to be great. And I'm excited for him. And there's a lot happening in NXT that I will be tuning in. And I know Eli thought about Steel, but Armstrong, maybe that's the Bianca one right there. That girl is the Bianca one. Keep an eye on her. Okay. Keep an eye on her because that one, she's going to be there. And I'm excited for her. I'm telling you, NXT right now has a bright future. And the way how Hickenbottom is doing it, I got to give him credit where credit's due because he's doing it right. There's his babies. They're his kids. They're my kids. And you got a googly eyed fathers. There you go. So think about them. I'll give it to you. So fix your eyes for us.
Eli?
I totally agree with Ivan, and then plus, after I heard that he was coming to NXT, because they kind of hinted it last week, with the invitation, and then leading into this week with the debut. This is probably, for me anyway, personally, this debut for him is just as big as when Balor first came over, when Hideo Itami became, or Kenta, when they came over. It's almost as up there as Nakamura's debut.
Good call.
A lot of these big name New Japan stars made their way to NXT and they did big things. I wouldn't say Great American Bash. I'll put the belt on him at No Mercy.
Okay, I like that.
Let him, do his mini feuds. Let him get his feet wet.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the Bash, and the Bash is probably 2 months? July. Yeah.
July.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say that's too soon. I say by October at least. Maybe. And if they put the belt on him at the Bash, great.
I like that.
But at the same time, it's for him making the debut, it's just as big as the other New Japan stars that came over. And then if he does get moved up to SmackDown, I mean, nice little reunion with him and Tama Tonga.
Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started, man, because
Eva was part of Bullet Club, too.
I know that. That's why.
So it's
I try to get Nettie over here, man. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me.
I'm excited to see what he can do in NXT first.
Give me Evil and Nakamura. Give me that, please. Give me that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I gotta calm down. Calm down. Devin, I need a glass of wine.
This is like that transition. If Nakamura's going out, Evil's coming in.
That's true. That's true. See, you even got him excited. You see, he's going Nettie on the chat already. You said the thing. You said the thing. So.
All right, Gary. I can't wait to hear what you got to say about this one.
Okay, well, first off, I want to give Ivan and Eli some credit. I like both of their answers, even though that's basically exactly what I was gonna say already. I'm gonna give them more credit for their answers, but I mean, I love Io Sky. I think she's a great wrestler, so I think it's really cool that her fiance is gonna be wrestling very close to her and stuff. And maybe he will get on the main roster by next year or something, like maybe he won't be in NXT as long. But don't let them take credit for it. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. But two things. First of all, I don't know whether I'm going to call him EO Land or EOC. And also, as soon as he does make it to the main roster, he's never going to beat Obafemi. So,
hey, you know what? I'm with you, Gary. I'm not saying you're wrong, Mr. Sensational, but I think he'll deliver a great match though between him and Oba.
Yeah,
I
think the match will be very good. I think I'm excited to see what he's gonna do in NXT, especially since I haven't seen him yet. I'm gonna go research him, like you were saying, though. Try to watch some of his older matches and stuff just to see. But I am excited to watch. But I think probably gonna go with EO Land. I think it sounds pretty good, even though EOC it starts with an S and it's 3 letters, just like Sky, so it might fit better. and I still think Obafemi is gonna win if they ever fight.
Hey, as long as you never know, it could be Evil Sky. Yeah, She could be the genius of the sky, but I'm the evil of the sky. Right?
Evil sky, yeah. Like she's the light and I'm the dark.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man.
But for
so
now,
good.
he's going to be EOC.
All right, so if I couldn't wait for anyone else's answer, I can't wait to hear Jordan's. That's where the moment I popped this overlay up, Jordan's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
No, I haven't seen him wrestle before, so I have to go and
I know
look
you
up
haven't.
him too. So, but no, I can't wait to see what NXT has for him, and then whenever he makes it to the main roster, have like him and Nakamura, like Ivan said.
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you one thing, man. You better talk to your fifth cousin, Hickenbottom. You better tell him to use him right. Make sure. Tell that, hey, don't hit rock bottom legitimately just because your last name is Hickenbottom, all right? Make sure you put this man to the moon, all right? Better tell him that. Tell him that.
I'm going to tell him you ain't coming to no more holidays either.
No more Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Like, what a holidays? There ain't no such thing as holidays for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to piggyback off of Garrett here because, honestly, what was those answers?
I mean, I said a lot. You just didn't hear it come from me because they stole my answer.
From EOC and EO Land and
hey, but you had the greatest mic drop. Nobody beat that means.
He was just jealous. He thought it's sensational.
But yeah, I think Justin and them were watching it with the VPN last night on Netflix. So I was like a little behind him. So Justin was losing his mind. I'm like, wait, he hasn't taken this thing off yet. I couldn't see him yet. Obviously, it was evil though. I mean, from the stature, I mean, you could tell that was him, and just everything that came after. Yeah, NXT, I don't think he'll be there long for sure. I think like Eli said, getting his feet wet a little bit over there, maybe win a title. It honestly could happen at Great American Bash, could happen at No Mercy. I honestly, I could see it happening whenever they do make that switch over to doing the PLEs on the CW. And then going to the main roster at some point. I think there's so many dream matches over there for Evil and to be on the main roster with EO as well. I think that's pretty much the end game for him over there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, everything that came after that, the attack from Tavian Heights and even Will Cruz, like I said, I think I'm more excited right now with Will Cruz than anything. Watching highlights of this dude all day. I mean, this dude has what it takes to be something big in NXT. And honestly, not a lot of people knew about him signing over there. They said very select few people knew about him signing over there. So I'm very excited to see what this guy has, what it takes over there. Like I said, for his size, this dude can go. So I am really excited to see what he has to offer.
There's more coming, and we don't even know who yet are going to come. But I'm going to mention one name. I hope it does happen. I don't know if her contract is up. I hope it is. And if it is, if they get her, that's a hell of a move to do. And that will be Anna Jay to NXT. If they get her, Jack Perry, you better hurry up, man, because your girl been waiting you right there. So, but he's not gonna leave. He's gonna stay, of course, AW. But Anna Jay, let's say she decides, I'll be happy for her. But there's a lot of more coming up that we don't even know about who's really been signed. So I like how they're doing it, keeping it discreet, very, very secretive. And it's great to see that. And I can tell you that Cruz, whatever you want to call him, he does kind of remind me of one. And I'm going back to the golden era.
Keith Lee?
No. Besides Keith Lee, I'm going back to the golden era. Besides Keith Lee, his athleticism, but the way his movement is for a heavyweight, Earthquake.
You're going that far back.
I'm going that far back.
That far back. Okay.
You have to, because Earthquake was the same way. Earthquake was the same way, and even Vader, even Bam Bam Bigelow, the way for their size and the way how they can move, that kid can move that way. And like how you mentioned Keith Lee, that's another one right there. Yeah, all of them, because that kid has something, and I'm looking forward to see what he's going to bring to the table. I'm really going to see. I'm excited to see. I can't wait to NXT. I can't wait till next week.
Hell, I want to see Cruz and Miles Born for the North American title.
But then you had that Tristan Angel guys that obviously came by, so that's another thing I want to see. And then you have Max Dupree's husband that made a debut as well.
Oh, that was him. Okay,
that was her husband. So that's there's a lot. It's the way how they identified NXT yesterday was now that when the meaning of shark of that, the way how I see it is pretty much they're identifying all these characters, and of what's coming for the future for the NXT next upcoming weeks, pay-per-views, and obviously the biggest one is Deadline, because what's I keep forgetting the name of the match of the Deadline.
Iron Survivor.
So so that I like how you did it. Production wise, I gotta give it to Borash, because the way how he really had everybody to be identified, it gives the audiences us to be like, okay, I want to see that guy, I want to see that girl, I want to see that guy, I want to see that team. That's what it's supposed to be about, and they did it right last night, and there's more coming. So very excited.
Absolutely. One last topic before we get out of here, Gary.
One more thing, really quick. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just
Go
wanted
ahead.
to say, because Ivan said that there's a lot more to come. We just don't know exactly what yet. I just wanted to say, I probably shouldn't add this. Jordan's cousin made me sign an NDA, but I actually know all the people that are going to be moving over to NXT and all of it.
You signed an NDA, man.
I know.
Just
I'm not just saying.
Not give it a shit. Like, I want to be a fan. Don't give it a shot. Don't give it an Eli Rassap. Don't give it to OGK. Don't give it. No. Let me be excited. I wanted to see it. But if hey, at least you gotta get excited. At least jump on in there and watch it on Tuesday. Get excited for it, man. Because that's what it's all about. It's being a fan. Besides us being as professional wrestling analysts. That's how I say it, folks. Well, that's what we are. We are professional wrestling analysts.
And if you can't catch it on Tuesdays, you can find it Wednesday morning right away on YouTube or even on Roku.
Yeah, they signed the deal with Roku, so they're going to be there the following day. That's what it is now.
Yeah. So one last topic before we get out of here, and it's actually good that I'm doing this topic. We're 4 minutes into Dynamite, so let's get them before the matches actually happen. We got 4 title matches tonight on Dynamite. We got the women's tag, the international champion, the TNT title, and then the world title in the main event. Well, like I said, we'll quickly get these out before Dynamite actually has the match happen, and we're just talking about nonsense. We have the women's tag titles of the Divine Dominion of Megan Bayne and Lena Cross against Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander. Who you got, OPC?
Well, before that, there's more matches that were added that you missed. They added the International Championship Okada defending against Ace Austin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't hear that. My apologies. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, are you good?
Did you add of course, Copeland and Christian Cage? They're fighting. They're being attacked.
Oh yeah, I was just doing the tag title, like the championship matches.
Okay. Sorry.
That's the only part. Oh no. Yeah, it's a titles. Yeah.
Well, when it comes to that, of course, Divine Dominion is going to retain. It's just going to. This is where we're going to see Shida convincing Chris Statlander, come on, turn heel, be heel with me, or either we might see Shida turn heel tonight and hit kendo stick to Chris Statlander right in the back. You caused us the match. It's all your fault. You didn't follow what I was telling you to do. So I mean, that could be the case here because Statlander looks like she's lost ever since she got out of the title picture. Yep. She's just more like bitter and just and I love that girl. That girl's amazing. Sorry, Kayla, don't kill me, all right? I know if in case you're watching, don't kill me. But they got to do something with her. But I think that's what's gonna happen. So
yeah, Eli,
I'm actually okay with both teams, and I do like the Statlander turning heel would be really something, and it will push her even to another world title. Possibly. But yeah, I got the champs retaining.
Yeah. Gary, do you need a refresher on who's wrestling?
No, I don't even know who they are. So I'm gonna go with the current champions retaining, just because I know that usually works out in that way most of the time, it seems. So I feel like that's a pretty safe option.
We gotta pick your brain, man. We gotta just input a lot of things for you, so you could like look. We gotta give you like a damn. We need to give them like a whole booklet. If here, look, man, this is what it's all about. You know what? You gotta have some studying to do now, sensational. You know,
I've been giving me homework.
yeah, we give you homework. Hey, you're gonna love it though, because hey, once you like when you have the time when you're during your time, because I know we all have personal life, but when you have the time when you're sitting there, you know what I gotta do? Let me learn about this character, this talent. Oh man, when you see, you're gonna be amazed. I'll tell you that. You're gonna be amazed.
Yeah, I do have a lot of research I need to go do. Sorry, Jordan.
You.
Sorry.
I got the champs retaining.
Yeah, same here. I'm going with the champs, and I don't think Stat turns heel. I think Sheeta turns on her. So, then the international champion, Kazuchika Okada against Ace Austin. OPC?
Oh, of course, the bitch maker himself. Who else? Who else could it be? But I think it should be a good match. I mean, I love Ace Austin. Another one underrated, and really is not, seen his, singles matches and collisions. Love that he's still part of, he's part of the club basically. And so, but it should be a great match between them two. So I just have a feeling that Konosuke is going to be out there in the commentating, out there either busting a very hard watching the fucking monitor like this and backstage, or is he going to be out there by that, by the main entrance watching the match, or right there, pretty much ringside around there just to watch the match because they're going to have the match at Double or Nothing. So should be intriguing.
Eli?
I got Okada retaining.
See, we need a shirt that should say the bitch maker because that's what he is. Not you wearing it. I'm just saying, like, that's what he needs to wear it. I'm just saying that's what he needs. He needs to wear that. He needs to be the bitch maker. That's right.
All right, Gary?
I'm going to follow and just say that the champ is going to retain again.
Jordan, you following up with that?
Yeah, I got Okada.
Yeah, there's no way Okada loses before the big matchup with Takeshita. So, then the TNT champion. We talked about this on All Elite Dirt Sheet, which are they doing it tonight?
Yes, sir.
It's opening right now.
Oh shit, we gotta get that out then. MJF and Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight's the TNT champion defending against MJF.
Of course, Kevin Knight should be something's going to happen that is going to cause him to lose his mind, and then he's going to be like, "What's wrong with me?" And then he's going to be more aggressive after that MJF. So I like what he's doing. It's going to be a great match because the last time they had him was when MJF was the world champion. So that was a great match between them two. So I'm excited.
Eli?
I'm actually rooting for MJF. I want to see him as TNT champion. And then possible title versus title at Double or Nothing against Darby.
Okay. Gary?
Yeah, MJF is the only one that I know in the match, so I'm going to go for him. But I thought it might be funny if I said Bald Mario for my answer. So either one, Bald Mario or MJF.
Oh, Bald Mario's not wrestling tonight.
I know, but that's the funniness of it. Maybe he'll just appear out of nowhere. I don't know.
Jordan?
Kevin Knight.
So I said it last week on All Elite Dirt Sheet when I was on with TK and De Niro. I'm saying it again. I think it goes to some sort of time limit draw. I don't think either one of them can lose right now. Kevin Knight just won it, and I don't see MJF winning it just yet if he is actually going for the TNT title now. So yeah, time limit draw for me. And then in the main event for the AEW World Champion, we got Darby Allin and Brody King. Ivan?
Man, that's going to be a great main event. I can't wait to just jump on and see that match. Oh, my God. This is like some PWG Defy, really a indie matchup that I'm excited to see. So, of course, Darby's going to retain, but it should be a hell of a storytelling match right there. I'm excited. And Brody King's going to shake his hand and tell him, "Hey, man, good stuff, kiddo." And then We'll get our next challenger right after that, which I'm wondering who it would be. So, but it's going to be a hell of a main event. I'm excited for that.
Eli?
I totally agree. I got Darby winning, but I think Brody's going to put up a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Gary?
I also have Darby winning.
Jordan?
I got Darby.
Yeah, if it's anything like the main event last week, I think we're in for a really good one because Darby and Tommaso had a really good match last week. I think Darby and Brody can do the exact same thing and put on a really good main event. But I got Darby, and I'm excited to see who the next challenger is going to be because I think Darby's putting on good stuff ever since winning the title. So very excited to see what happens. But I do have Darby winning, and that will actually do it. This was fun. Ivan, thank you, man, for finally coming on with us. It was a blast. It was a pleasure having you on. Where can we find you on socials and plug all of COD?
Of course, you can find me at Circle Debate anywhere, either at Instagram at Circle Debate, X, Twitter. I still call it Twitter at Circle Debate. Yeah. Facebook as well. You can find us there. And you can find us, of course, on YouTube at Circle Debate, folks, where we are there 7 days a week, providing you great content from watch-alongs, watch party, sports center, sports talks, or gaming, debates of professional wrestling. So there's a lot right there that you, and also here as well at World Elite. And watch out for this guy, man. Watch out for Skippy. All right, I'm telling you right now, Skippy. Watch out for Triple J right here. Watch out for Triple J because he'll slap those nuts so hard, man. He'll tell you that's what they call him, slap nuts for a reason. And then you got Sensational here. He's gonna give you that sensation, persuasion, and he could get a little bit of aggravation in there, but that's why he's Mr. Sensation for that reason. That's right. And the man giving you all the what's going on, the 411 and everything else, that's Mr. Eli Ross Sapp right here. That's what he does. And the man that holds it down in his place is the ace himself. That calls it right here. It's his place. Make sure that everything stays in place with this man right here. And I appreciate you for having me. I gotta come back because I gotta really scare Rock Hard, baby. I gotta come over here and rock hard for his ass. He ain't gonna like it, but hey, I'll make him like AEW. You may say, I don't like AEW, boy. Well, we're gonna make it like AEW today, boy. Oh yeah. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
That's great.
Eli. All Blaine World, at least all Blaine. Well, but all Blaine Elite. There you go. That's what he should
There
do.
we go.
All Blaine Elite. That's what we gotta make. ABE. That's what we're gonna call it.
Eli?
Eli Myers at Facebook.
All right. Gary?
You can find me, Gary Fontenot on Facebook, or Gary_Fontenot4 on X. And Eli, it was awesome hanging out again, man, like always.
Always.
And Ivan, it was awesome getting to meet you for the first time. It's been a pleasure getting to interact and have this show with you. So I just wanted to shout you guys out.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Also, likewise, Sensational. That's why I had to give you a name, man, because you are sensational for a reason. You got it for a reason. When I saw you, like, oh, that's man sensational, damn it. Let's call him that now. Yeah. Let's go. I had a bust of nugget. I had a bust of nugget there for you. So that's right.
All right. Jordan?
You can find me on Twitter at Jordan_J2000.
That's right. The other member of the show, Blaine, you can find him at B_Arsenault_. You can find me at _Ace of Elite. I'm also on Instagram, same handle without the underscore on it. The podcast is at World Elite Pod on both socials, Instagram and Twitter. We do have sponsors and affiliates all in the description of the video. As far as our audio, you can find on all major audio platforms. We do have merch as well in the description as well. So everything you need to know about the show as far as our socials, merch, and everything else in the description of the video. And you can find a link tree to Circle of Debate as well to go follow on socials, follow me, follow everyone else at Circle of Debate. And this, like I said, this is show one of the big triple header tonight. AEW Dynamite is going on right now. We've got the crew over there. And then TK and De Niro tonight, All Elite Dirt Sheet, following AEW Dynamite. So go check that out as well. But once again, Eli, Ivan, this was a pleasure. This was fun. We will be back next week. It will not be Wednesday next week. I got something going on next Wednesday. It'll either be Tuesday or Thursday. I'll get the crew together and we'll discuss. But we will be back next week. I know TK and De Niro are more than likely come and join us next week for Backlash. Ivan, if the schedule's open, you are more than welcome, of course, but we'll see with your work schedule. I know it's pretty busy, so if it opens up, you are more than welcome. Eli, of course, same for you, man. If you do want to come back next week, for sure, doors open. But once again, that will do it. I hope everyone enjoys the week of wrestling, AEW right now, and then everything going on for the rest of the week. And we will see you all next week, so y'all have a good one.